And a number of us, including of course Senator Gatchalian and Senator Lacson, got together, pinag-usapan na kung hihintayin natin yung DBM cycle, it will take a year and a half before we implement. At naghanap kami ng funding for the free college law on the first year before it became regularly programmed. At ngayon, coming from the flood control controversies na nakikita natin, mukhang may masisave tayo doon. Baka pwede yung perang yon magamit natin for the classroom acceleration program. And that will provide you the cover to create that task force or council that Senator Marcos is talking about to focus on the classrooms where we can have the LGUs and our private sector participate in this national fund na kung saan sabay-sabay tayong gagawa. Maybe, kung sabay-sabay tayong gagawa, may chance tayong to close this gap, no? Okay, so it's 11:30. I intend to finish at 12, no? Kasi wala kami pang lunch ay, no? Just kidding. No, we're gonna have more hearings naman regarding this topic. So we just request DPWH to engage in the TWG and to go line by line para maintindihan namin nasaan ba talaga yung cost differences. I think it's also better for the agency na makita yung level of detail na yan. Kasi baka naman meron kaming hindi nakikita. Of course, when you talk about 3 million or 3.9 ba? 3.4 million versus 1.5 or 2 million, obviously we will jump to conclusions, di ba? But maybe with that line-by-line analysis, makikita talaga natin nasaan yung differences. So we invite you to please participate fully in the TWG. And we will present this in the next hearing. Senator Gatchalian, and then we'll have the first of the NGOs to present also their good work, no? Senator Gatchalian.
Mr. Chairman, just on the matter of cost, and this is where it becomes very tricky. Kasi alam ni Yusek Cabralian, he became our superintendent in Valenzuela. Meron kaming area in Valenzuela wherein adobe yung lupa. May area kami sa Valenzuela, putik yung lupa, no, in barangay. It's muddy. And I remember asking, I think it's our local engineers, the cost of a building, two-story building in that maputik na lupa is twice as much as the one in putting up in adobe because of the foundations. Tama ba, engineer, sa DP? So this is where it becomes tricky because the foundations of different barangays, different areas, iba-iba, may malambot, may matigas. And that's where the cost becomes different, no? So the classroom is the same, but kung ano yung nasa ilalim, iba, no? And my suggestion to DPWH, maybe they can standardize, let's say, pag ang lupa mo adobe, this is the cost. Pag ang lupa mo is swampy, ganito yung cost. So that it will be easily understood by people like us in the policy side on the matter of cost.
Kaya lang, Senator, ang pinakamura nila yung 3.4 million eh.
Classroom pa lang yun.
Ayun yung pinakamura eh, di ba? So meaning kung yung lupa ay kakaiba o may special na kailangan, iba pa yun, di ba?
Dagdag pa yun.
Am I correct? I'm correct, right? No? Yes, Yusek. Sige.
Puro putik ba yung barangay? Wala nang makuhang walang putik?
Walang ibang...
Dating ho kasi yun, malapit
pero yung barangay, meron ka nang makikita.
Pero naman, malambot. Ang point dun, Senator Marcoleta, malambot yung area. Yun. Ngayon, kung mas mataas pa yung cost sa 3 million, babagsak na sa Blue Ribbon yun. No?
Okay, let's go to the NGOs. We'll start with Hope Foundation, and then Angat Buhay, and then FFCCII, Yellow Boat, then Security Bank. May request to just keep it to maybe about 5 to 10 minutes each, please. Thank you. Yes, Hope Foundation.
Good morning, Senator Bam. Good morning, Senators. I'm Angel Antonio, and I'm Director for Partnership for Hope. I'll be giving you a presentation, and it's going to be very hopeful, pun intended, right? So just to give you a bit of background on who Hope is. If you're familiar with Hope in a Bottle, Hope in a Box, yung tubig po na nabibili natin sa mga hotels, cafes, restaurants, that is our company. Can we move to the next slide, please? Okay. Now, the profit from Hope in a Bottle, 100% of that goes into building of classrooms, right? Now, we have been doing this since 2014. And to date, konti pa lang naman po, we have built 144 classrooms. And these classrooms are spread all over the Philippines. The farthest we have in the north is in Zambales, and the farthest we have in the south are a lot of public schools in Sarangani. Okay. We oversee every stage of construction, from planning to turnover through an open bidding process, and regular audits are done to ensure transparency, use of funds, and quality assurance. Next page, please. Okay, these are very simple pictures, no? So you get an idea of how does a Hope classroom look like. So that's how an outside, the exterior of a Hope classroom is. By the way, we build just around 1 to 2 classroom for every project, Senator. And then interior-wise, we cover within the cost of the chalkboard and the cost of the teacher's desk. Not part of the cost are the student desks or the tables and chairs, right? And you'll be glad to know, sayang po wala si Senator Raffy, that every classroom we build goes with a toilet. Yeah? So 1:1, right? Next slide, please. Okay, so we follow the standard DepEd size of 7 by 9 meters, right? And for ventilation, that standard design, as far as I know, asks for 4 windows. You know? So there will be 4 windows per classroom. And we also provide 2 electric fans for ventilation. Electricals are also part of the cost. We'll go into the details of the cost later. Plumbing and tiling, actually, because of the toilet, right? And then, as mentioned, no, chalkboard and teacher's desk. Right? The next slide will be very interesting. Okay. So here, Chairman, Senator Bam, you'll see that overall we have, and this is, by the way, the general cost of 1 classroom for 2025. Now, I think it's best that we show you costs at this point, right? So if you look here, 18% of costs go into masonry works, okay? Next big chunk would be the contractor fee, which is around 12%. But then within that bulk, kasi we already put in the cost for the chalkboard, the teacher's desk. And because the funds we use are for donors, Hope classrooms come with a very nice donor wall that acknowledges who the donor of the classroom is. Next, 14% will go into carpentry and painting. 13% would go into roofing. And then around 6% would go into plumbing and tile works. You'll be very interested to know, I look at the details. The cost of a toilet is 67,000. Okay. And yan po ang breakdown. There is actually, this is just my presentation, but we actually have a bid spec sheet. No, it's not part here. Senator will just submit it to you, but it really itemizes all materials line per line. Right? Next slide, please. And for this one, let me just highlight the timeline. Okay. For a classroom project, again, I'd love to remind you that we have only done projects of 1 classroom or 2 classrooms, right? It would just take us around 4 to 6 months. 1 month being deciding on where the site would be, and then to build a classroom anywhere within 3 to 6 months. Very recently, we were able to build 2 classrooms for 2 months kasi hinabol po namin yung recent school year. Yeah. That's it. And I'd just like to say, with a very energetic concept of Hope in a Bottle, it's really just making use of insights and also making it inclusive. What we have done is actually democratize nation building by involving customers, consumers, to do their part, so that these funds can be put together to build classrooms. No? Very innovative and very creative way of making things happen.
Thank
That's
you.
it, Senator.
Thank you, Ms. Antonio. We'll tackle the NGOs as a group. So I ask my fellow senators to hold off their questions. No, Angat Buhay, Rafi, go ahead, please.
Magandang umaga po, Senator Bam. I am Rafi. I'm the Executive Director of Angat Pinas Incorporated, more widely known as Angat Buhay Foundation, founded by former Vice President Leni Robredo. Slide 4 na po, please. Since 2016, Angat Buhay has been dedicated to building classrooms nationwide. We have completed 95 classrooms to date, 63 during our time under the Office of the Vice President, and 32 since becoming a non-profit organization. This month, we will break ground on 4 new classrooms in Quezon and Naga. These achievements were made possible through strategic partnerships with fellow NGOs and private sector partners, yung iba po kasama po natin dito sa Senado. These slides feature short videos of Angat Buhay's classroom designs developed in partnership of Agap Foundation Incorporated. The first video presents our standard classroom design for early grade learners from kindergarten to grade 3, and the second showcases our specialized design for SPED classroom. Pinaprioritize po ng Angat Buhay ang grades kinder to grades 3 para po maiwasan ang shifting sa mga antas na ito. Our standard classroom design is a single-story, 2-classroom building. This structure encompasses a total area of 104.20 square meters. Each classroom features a spacious 48 square meter layout, precisely measuring 6 meters in width and 8 meters in length. This design allows for the comfortable accommodation of 70 to 80 learners in total, with approximately 35 to 40 students per classrooms. It was developed specifically for early grade classes with high classroom backlogs. Each building includes a toilet facility, hand wash facility, chairs, tables, and chalkboard, shelves, built-in cabinets and storage units, light fixtures, electric fans, and electrical outlets, and a mini library with storybooks and teaching supplies. SPED classrooms are built with accessibility in mind, including ramps and handrails. The total project cost for a fully equipped and furnished single-story 2-classroom building when we were still at the Office of the Vice President is 2.2 million. That's around 1.1 million per classroom. Just because po marami kaming pinatayo sa Visayas at Mindanao. Our baseline construction cost now as a non-profit organization, again, for our single-story 2-classroom building is 1.7 million pesos. So that's roughly around 862,500 per classroom. This figure can fluctuate depending on the school's location, particularly in remote areas. For instance, costs have increased for our project in Basilan, but have been carefully managed to remain below the 2 million peso mark. You can review po a complete breakdown of these costs on slides 8 and 9. Slide 11, please. We ensure that every classroom delivered to our partner schools is fully equipped and fully furnished. This includes all basic furniture and fixtures. We also supply each classroom with reading materials and a variety of teaching supplies. The total cost of this is about 100,000 pesos only. Slide 12, please. This slide outlines our classroom construction process, which typically takes about 3 to 4 months to complete. We ensure a comprehensive post-construction process. This includes regular monitoring of our classroom's performance, addressing any defects within the 1-year warranty period, and a formal evaluation of our project's long-term impact and sustainability. The development of robust educational infrastructure is crucial for national progress. Yet our efforts in classroom construction face persistent and significant hurdles. These challenges, often systemic in nature, directly impede our ability to provide every Filipino student with a conducive learning environment. We will delve into 4 critical issues, Mr. Senator. 1, a pervasive issue hindering school infrastructure development is the frequent absence of clear and definitive land titles for many public school sites. This often involves government-owned land that has not been formally transferred or properly documented to the Department of Education are instances of overlapping land claims. For instance po in Quezon, matagal na po kaming may pondo para magpatayo ng classroom, pero 8 months na po siyang delay dahil hindi po kami nakakakuha ng titulo ng paaralan na yun at hindi po kami makapagpatayo kung wala po yun dahil baka ipag-iba po sa